Hello, I'm Annette, and this practice that we're about to do invites us to tap into the essence, the energy of connection. We aim to cultivate awareness of connections to our body, connections through our life, connections to our breath, to source, to our heart, and that feeling of physical connection also to the ground, to the earth, that solid connection, that feeling of a firm foundation through the hands, through the feet, and through our hips, base of our spine when we're seated. So I'm inviting you to just tune into foundations and to trust in this conscious grounding, in these trusting these moments when we're connected and we feel fully supported. So take a seat, find yourself in an easy seat, Kalsana, and just allow yourself to feel your base underneath you and start to lengthen up through the spine. Relax the shoulders down the back, and we just come into this space, turning the head and neck, looking over our right shoulder, noticing everything along the way, all that colorfulness. Slowly turning the head and neck and look over your left shoulder, and again see everything along the way. Come back through to the center and drop the chin towards the chest. Take a big breath in the back of the neck, and then slowly lifting the chin out. Look up to where the ceiling meets the wall if you're indoors, and then exhale, relaxing down. And now we're going to inhale, circle the arms up, reach for the expanse of the sky, interlace the fingers, left them over the right, and join me in an opening Om. We'll do 3 of these. Exhale fully, inhale, Om. Draw your hands towards your heart, left hand on your chest, right hand on top. Inhale. Om. Connecting your right hand to the earth, left hand to the heart. Inhale. Om. Take a moment here just to give thanks. To give thanks for this moment, to give thanks for this practice, this lineage of yoga. Give thanks for all our teachers, seen and unseen. Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Bring your hand back to your chest and take a deep breath in. Exhale and open the arms wide into this kind of bending at the elbows. And in your next inhale, draw the forearms towards each other, elbows touching, wrists touching, and inviting you right here to create your sankalpa, your intention for this practice of connection. Take a deep breath in and exhale, release. Inhale now, draw your hands towards you as we come into a breath practice. Exhale, exhale fully out. Inhale, chest forward, extend the spine. Exhale, out through the mouth. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and keep going in your flow, really fully receiving the breath and releasing it at the same time. Couple more, and again. Okay, pause here for a moment. Let the palms be facing towards the earth, the ground, and feel that magneticness as you just gently pulse your palms towards the earth. And we go for another round. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, flex the spine. Breathe in and out. And keep going, either in through the nose, out through the mouth, or however you feel. And as we practice, really listen to your body and really pay attention to how you are in the practice, and do the things that completely works for you. Couple more. Pause here for a moment. This time the palms are facing each other, and again feel that energy between the palms, and we're going to widen that out fully. And third and final round. Inhale forward, exhale back. Just working with this extension and flexion of the spine, just as we flowing with that breath as well. 3, 2, 1. Interlace the hands, left them over right. Inhale, draw your hands towards your heart. Take a moment here. Exhale fully. And your next is inhale. We're going to extend the arms up towards the ceiling once more. Stretch through the sides of the body. Reach up. Feel your base underneath you. And then reach up towards the sky and feel yourself almost like a bridge between the earth and the sky. Exhale. Release the hands and extend the arms out to the side, down towards the earth. Inhale. Palms up. Exhale. Rotate towards your left, bringing the back of the right and against the outside of the left thigh. Inhale, pulse through the middle, and exhale, rotate towards your right. Inhale all the way up, and now reach your left arm down and pulse over towards your left side with the right hand. Plug in the right hip down. Bring that to stillness. Press into your left hand. Come up with both hands, and then over to the right. And again, just stretching through the left side body. Bring that to stillness. Coming up. And then from side to side in your own flow, just a couple of these lateral side bends. And release. Okay, give that a shake. Lean back on the hands. Come out to the heel and lift up through the heels and the knees. And then start to circle around to your ankles. One direction, other direction. Point, flex the toes. Lift the hands up. Open, close the fingers. Give all that a little shake. And release. So make your way to hands and knees on your mat in your space. And as you arrive, bring the knees underneath the hips and the wrists underneath the shoulders. Check your wrist creases straight across and really spread the hands and find that connection down through your hands. Really feel into the underside of your finger pads and right in the mound of the forefinger and the mound of the little finger and that inner palm and outer palm. Really feel that. Really tap into that foundation. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the heart. Look up towards the sky. Exhale, press into your palms and round in. A few more of this. Extension and flexion. Just still warming up the spine. And then bringing that to stillness. Coming to the tabletop position. And now starting to just circle the hips round. One direction. Keep going. And the other direction. Coming back into the tabletop position. Now extend your right foot behind you. Lift it up and feel that stretch back out through the back heel. And your next inhale, draw the knee in towards the nose, rounded. One more like this. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, extend your right foot out and reach your left arm. Turn the palm to the midline, stretch out long. And we're going to bring a bend into that right knee. Lift up from the top of the thigh. Then bring your left thumb to your left shoulder. Move the head of the arm bone back. And maybe you might externally rotate and reach for the back foot or use a strap. Once you've got the foot, kick the foot into the hand or the strap and lift up just a little bit more. Full breath in here. Really feel that connection on the top of the thighs. And slowly release. Coming back into tabletop position. And those little circles run through the hips. One direction. The other direction. And turn off the head straight in. Oh, straight ahead. Hips behind you. Inhale. Extend your left foot now. And exhale. Fully reach through the back heel. Inhale. Draw in knee to nose. Exhale. Reach out. Breathe in and out. Now leave that left leg up. Reach your right arm straight out in front of you. Stretch out to the fingertips. And now bring a bend into your left leg and right thumb towards your right shoulder. Move the head of the arm bone back. Stay here and keep lifting. Really work from the top of the thigh or fully extend the arm back. Kick the foot into the hand. Press back. Another breath in here. Exhale, release. Okay, coming back to our circles and our sways round. Keep going. Do that a couple more times. All the way around. And coming back to tabletop position. Okay, spread the palms just about a hand length ahead of you. Inhale, come forward just a bit. Exhale, hinge the hips back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. And like this, a couple more times, just working the back part of our body. Or a few more. come back to all fours, and now we're going to lift up into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift through the knees, send the hips up high. Remember those foundations down into your hands, and just start to pedal the feet, pedal lower one knee or a heel, maybe look underneath one arm and the next, and then bring that to stillness and really stretch out into your down dog. Again, remember the foundations in the palms, lengthen up through the spines, lift up from the armpits, send the hips up high, slight bend in the knees, and find a sense of rooting the top of the thighs, in, back and wide. Another breath in here. Exhale, tone the navel. And now walk the feet as wide as the mat, outer edges of the feet parallel. Bend the knees, hinge the hips, and start to send the hips way back beyond the knees, beyond the heels. Reach out long through the fingertips. And your hands might be on blocks or something to give you that extra height. Keep sending the hips back behind you, beyond the knees. Keep the knees bent. And now start to find the crown of the head, the rib cage moving away from your hips. So really long spine. Breathe into the back body and tone the navel back. Hug the shins in towards each other. Slide the hands to the outer shins. And then slowly, with a long spine, come all the way up. As you arrive, lengthen up. Bring the palms together. And again, feel your feet underneath you. Also feel into the length of you, extending towards the sky. Like that bridge again between the earth and the sky. And just make your way to the top of your mat. And once you arrive, release your hands and give that a little shake. Step the feet a bit more than hip width apart. And just start to sway the arms from one side to the next. It's working with our fascia here. And release. Give that a shake. Okay, come to mountain pose, Tadasana. Outer edges of the feet parallel. And notice now the feet. Lift and spread the toes. And then release them back down. And really find those four corners of the feet. So we're going from the mound of the big toe, the inner heel, the mound of the little toe and the outer heel. And really root down. Like you're really sending your roots down from under your feet, down into the earth. Down past your yoga mat. Down past the floorboards if you're indoors. Down into the earth. And with that rootedness, lengthen up through the spine. Release the shoulders down the back. Draw the chin back, keeping the neck long. Inhale, arms reach up towards the sky. And exhale, back down towards the earth. So we'll continue warming up with a few sun salutations, half sun salutations. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hinge the hips, bend the knees, dive forward, reach out long. Let the head and neck go. Inhale, halfway lift, crown of the head reaches. Exhale, fold in. Root through the feet, bend beneath and lengthen to come up. Exhale, gather your hands towards your heart. And we go a couple more times. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, hinge the hips, dive forward. Breathe in and come to that halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Press down, lengthen to come up. And exhale, hands to heart. Twice more. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, hinge the hips, bend the knees, reach out long. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, look on the horizon. Exhale, fold in. Root through the feet, bend the knees and rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. And one more like that. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, hinge the hips, dive forward, reach out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in, root down and lengthen to come up. And exhale, hands to heart. Bringing your palms together still. Extend them towards the sky. Cross the right thumb over the left and lean over towards your left side. Root down through the feet. Come through to the center. Cross the left thumb over the right and lengthen over towards your right side now. Inhale back up through to the center. And exhale, hands to heart. So we're coming into our Fearless Heart Namaskar, this sun salutation flow. I will do that a couple of times. Come right to the top of your mat and just find your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Feel into that steadiness and that essence of a mountain. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, hinge the hips, dive forward. Breathe in and look up, flat back. Exhale, step your left foot back, knee down. Inhale, hug to the center, to the midline as you reach your arms up, open through the shoulders. Release the hands either side of your right foot and step back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, rise up onto the balls of the feet, bring the shoulders above the wrists into plank. Lift through your low belly. Exhale, lower your knees and come all the way down. Extend through the toes. Inhale, lift up, small cobra. Slide the shoulders down the back. Exhale, come all the way back down, tuck the toes. Journey through the knees and back into downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts high, hug to the center. Exhale, step the left foot between the hands, lower the back knee down. Breathe in, crossing the other wrist and circle through the shoulder. Exhale, hinge back and push forward, lower the head and neck. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold in, press through the feet, bend the knees and then lengthen to come up. Exhale, hands down. We go again. Inhale, lengthen, look up, maybe it's a slight back bend. Exhale, hinge the hips, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step right foot back, knee down. Inhale, all the way up and open to your shoulders. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise up to the balls of the feet, shoulders above the wrist. Exhale, lower the knees, and then we're coming all the way down onto the belly. Extend through the legs. Inhale, lift up through the shoulders, slide them down the back, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, and back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lift side, draw and hug to the center. Exhale, step right foot between the hands, lower the back knee down. Inhale, lift up, circle through the shoulders. Exhale, hinge and then push forward, lower the head and neck. Breathe in fully as you extend back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up, lengthen. And exhale, hands down. Take a full breath in here. And exhale fully. And just remind yourself of your Sankalpa. And release, coming back into Tadasana. Bring your hands on your hips and step your left foot back. Keep the back heel lifted. Bring a bend into your right foot. Bring a knee right above the ankle. And then bring both hands to the top of that right thigh and press down and find yourself almost like you're rooting the top of the thigh to the back of the thigh. And then start to lengthen up through the spine. Slide the shoulders down the back. Inhale, high crescent lunge. And you can pulse it a little bit. Bring a bend in that back knee. And just a little pulse. Breathe in. Breathe out. And now slowly reach your hands either side of your front foot. And maybe for some of us, our hands might be on a block. Inhale here. Look ahead. Exhale fully. Your next inhale, you're going to hinge the hips. Lift the toes up. Dorsiflex that right foot. And perhaps lower the back heel. Look towards the back thigh. And we'll pulse with this. Exhale, rebend your right knee above your ankle. Inhale, hinge back. Twice more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And now ground into your left hand. So press your left palm down into the ground and start to open into a twist towards your right side, extending the top arm. Breathe in and out. Inhale. And as you exhale, release that top arm down. Hinge back, push forward, lower the head and neck back into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in, root down and rise up. Exhale, hands down. Other side, step your right foot back, keep the back heel lifted. And then really ground and root down through your front leg. You can use your hands again to really help with that. As you press down, you lengthen up at the same time. So you're gathering that length and strength from the foundation. Slide the shoulders down the back. Inhale all the way up. And again, you can move it just a little bit, pulse it a bit. Enjoy. Enjoy all the wobbles as well as you move. Full breath in here. Exhale, release the hands either side of your left leg. And then start to lengthen through the spine. Press out through the back heel. Inhale, hinge back. Lift the left toes up. Perhaps lower your right heel. And then pulse it. Exhale, forward. And a couple more in your own flow and time. And now, ground through your right hand. Place the right palm down on your block or the mat and take the twist over towards your left. Making as much space between the two shoulders. Full breath in here. Exhale. Now release that top arm down and step back to Adho Mukha. Pedal it out if you need to. And then find yourself in a still down dog. Taking a full breath in here. Exhale. Look towards your hands and make that journey. Maybe it's a step, maybe it's a jump. Coming back into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana. Root down and then lengthen up, reach towards the sky. Exhale, hands to out. Okay, so I like to shake, so you'll see me do a lot. When you practice with me, just kind of shake it out, come into the next thing, shake the hands. We're going to take a big step onto the side of our mat, a big wide step. And toes only ever so slightly turned out. And then reach the arms up. Just going to open and close the fingers. Maybe lift and spread the toes. Imagine you got a marble between each toe. Really spread them and then root them back. And now just keep extending like a star, like the star that you are. And just reach out. And how do you find connection in your life and in your communities and with the people around you? How can you really find that conscious community? Connect to that conscious community. Take a full breath in and feel like you're drawing in from your peripherals all the way into the core of you. And then as you exhale, extend back out. And we'll do a couple more of these. Inhale, draw in and exhale. Reach out. And one more here. Full breath in and exhale out. And now release your hands to your hips. Turn the heel out so the outer edges of the feet parallel. Lift the shoulders up. Slide them down the back and either reach for your forearms or interlace your hands behind you. And just give your scapula a gentle twist, squeeze. Move the arms away from the body. Hinge the hips. And now coming down into a forward fold. Prasarita Padottanasana. Allow the spine, the head, the neck to release down. Even as you're lifting up through your shoulders. Root the top of the thighs in, back and wide. You can even do a little flossing here, shoulder flossing, circling through the shoulders. Be looking at one side and then the next. And now slowly release your hands down. Inhale, halfway lift, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, fold in. Slide the hands to the hip. Press into the feet, slight bend in the knees and long spine. Come all the way up. Re-extend your arms up. Reach wide. And now turn your right foot out towards the top of your mat. And bend your knee. And then release the hands down, coming into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Turn your gaze to look over your front hand and just check that alignment. The front knee above the ankle. Kind of intersecting your front heel, intersecting your back arch perhaps. Back toes slightly turned in. And now bring your gaze to look over your front hand. Breathing in, just in the flow of your breath, that pulsation of your breath. And now we'll pulsate. In Rasa Yoga, we do a lot of pulsation. And pulsation happens through all of our lives, all the time. We're going to inhale, straightening the right leg and reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, rebend. Inhale. Straighten and exhale, bend twice more. And rebend. And rebend. And now we're going to come through the middle. So come back to the long side of your mat. Give yourself a hug along the way. And then re-extend, open into Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2 on the other side. Left knee above the ankle. Turn your head and neck and really extend out through the arms. As you breathe in, feel like you're drawing energy up from your feet, from your foundations. Draw the heels towards each other. Inhale and now extend all the way back out through your limbs. Inhale, straighten the left leg, pulse it up, and exhale, rebend. Try some more. And now we come back through to the center and return to the first side, warrior two. Flip the front hand over and lean back, sweeping the back arm across the low belly, reverse warrior. And now exhale, back to warrior two. Pulse through the center and come to warrior two on your left side. Inhale, flip the hand over, lean back, reverse warrior. And exhale, warrior two. Come back to the center and do that one more time each side. Again, just in your own flow, working with that flow, that pulsation of your breath. And meet me back into the center. Extend the arms again, Tadasana. Open, close the fingers. Come back to the first side, right knee above the ankle. And then you're going to straighten that right leg, reach the arms up, hook the thumbs, and just start to lengthen up through the sides of your body. Keep reaching up, keep that length, open the arms, and then reach forward, drawing your right hip back behind you, coming and lowering into Trikonasana. So find a block if you need to on the outside of your right shin. Maybe you're holding on to the shin, or maybe your hands, your fingertips come towards the ground. And just keep the length on all the sides of the body. Keep going. You can choose to look down or up. I'm just taking a couple breaths here. Noticing what's stable. And then bring a slight bend into your right knee to come up. Pulse through the center and come to warrior two on the other side. Straighten your left leg, reach the arms up, hook the thumbs and lengthen once more both sides of the body. Keep that length, open the arms, and now start to send your left hip back behind you, keeping the length on both sides of the body, and lowering your left arm down outside of the shins, or wherever it is in your practice. Extend through your top arm too, and breathe. Bring a slight bend into your left knee, press into your left foot to come up to warrior two, and then back through the center once more, Tadasana. Okay, step it in, give it a shake, and bring your hands on your hips, coming into tree pose. So ground into your left foot, come to your right toes and turn those out. And just for a moment, just really transfer the weight into your left foot and feel that weight transfer, feel that rootedness down like in the mountain pose into your left foot. And perhaps you might slide that left foot onto your right foot onto your left shin. Or if it's in your practice, you might bring it up to the top of your left thigh. So again, find what your edge for you. Bring the palms together. And now find this anchor of hugging into the midline. So you're hugging the top of the thigh or the shin into your right foot. Bring the palms together in Anjali Mudra. And now find your drishti, your focus on something unmovable. Some of us may stay here, or you might start to extend the arms. Vrikshasana, this tree pose. And they know how to root. For many trees, their roots and their foundations go deep down. And they've got that stability, and then they can lengthen up and just feel into that. Feel your base, feel what's stable. And then also feel almost like your branches through your arms, opening the arms. And I'm going to spin the palms backward and interlace the hands. Draw the knuckles down towards the heel. Lift up through your chest and then move the arms away from the body. You might even think here of your favorite tree. You might have one in nature in life that you go to sometimes. We honor the trees and our interconnectedness with them. One more breath here. Release the hands, turn your right knee in and release the hand, give it a shake. Okay, other side, ground into your right foot, come to your left toes. And again, listen to your body. Maybe the toes are on the ground, maybe they're on your shins, maybe they're up on your thighs. So find what works for you. Take a moment to really get stable on your right side, root down to your right foot and lengthen up out of the hip. Bring the palms together in Anjali Mudra and find your focus on something unmovable ahead of you. And stay here, or you might start to extend to your arms, lengthening up and up like up into the branches of a tree. Reach out to the fingertips. And for this one, imagine your favorite tree, and as if you're giving it a hug, so you're going to cross one arm over the necks and reach for the top of the shoulders and draw the elbows towards each other. Enjoy the wobbles. Hug it in. Another couple of breaths here. As we breathe in, the trees breathe out, they breathe in, we breathe out. And that wonderful connection and in that relationship, that giving and receiving, accepting and releasing that we have with all the trees. Just notice that. And then slowly release. Draw your left knee in, bring it down and give it all a shake. Okay, step the feet wide as your mat, turning the toes out. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, bend the knees, draw the hands towards your heart and just sit as low as you can. We're coming into Malasana, like a squat, bringing the elbows on the inside of the knees. Some of us may need to lift the heels up or put a block underneath the heels. So you do what you do to honor your body in these practices. Take a full breath here, reminding yourself of your Sankalpa today. And then slowly release the hands behind you and come to a seated position. We did this at the beginning. Lean back, lift up through one knee, lift up through the next, lift up through one hand, lift up through the next, open, close the fingers, circle around, give it all a little bit of a shake, and then come back over your feet, step back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pedal it out, lengthen through the spine now and bring that to stillness. Inhale. Left leg lifts high, hug it through to the center. And then we're going to step the left foot between the hands, lower the back knee down. Walk that left foot out now, off the mat, like to about 11 o'clock. And either we stay high here or lower down onto the forearms, bringing the palms together into almost like an earth prayer lunge. Some of us might keep the back knee, the right knee down on the mat, or lift the knee up and give that a pulsation too. Slowly, wherever you are, come back up onto the hands, step back, down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts high, hug it towards the center, and then bend the knee and draw the knee in. Step to the outside of your right hand, lower the back knee down. Walk that right foot out to about 2 o'clock and lower the forearms if that's possible for you, or stay up high on the hands. Bend the knees or lift the knee off and pulse it. We honor our connection to the earth, to our foundation, to the earth that holds us, supports us. And slowly, wherever you are, step back once more, downward facing dog. And find now just a still down dog for a moment. Inhale, rise up onto the balls of the feet, come back into plank, lift through the low belly. Take another full breath in and out here. And then slowly lower the knees and come all the way down onto the belly. Extend to all 10 toes and slide the elbows underneath the shoulders, drawing the elbows to the side and forearms about shoulder width apart, coming into Sphinx pose. Feel a sense of drawing your forearms towards your heels as you lift your chest, and just look ahead and just breathe here into this mini back bend. And then we're going to bring your left forearm diagonally across the chest and come out onto your right fingertips. Bend your right knee and flex the toes, and as if you're drawing that heel towards the hip. Just engage or work at the top of the thighs and then release. Come back into Sphinx for a moment and switch to the other side. Cross the right forearm across, come onto your left fingertips and bend and draw, actively draw your heel as if you're drawing it in towards your hip. Keep moving the head of that left arm bone back and then slowly release. Coming back into Sphinx, take a moment here. And now widen through the elbows, walk the fingers under the shoulders, tuck the toe, and come into tabletop position, setting the hips towards the heels into child's pose briefly. And now walk the hands towards the knees and either stay with your feet tucked, sitting back onto the heels. Sometimes you can bring like a cushion or something on top of the heels if that's too much, or you can also come to the tops of the feet. So see what works for you in this moment. And we're just going to pause there, take a couple of breaths as we connect to our heart. Bring in your left hand on your chest, your right hand on top, and maybe you can sense or feel your heartbeat. Just notice. And just breathe into your heart and out from your heart. And now we're going to shift and release. Extend your left foot out in front of you. Draw your right knee in and place that right foot either on the inside of your left knee or on the outside as we set up for a twist. Extend through your bottom leg, lengthen through the spine. Reach your left arm across and then wrap and hug your right thigh in towards you. Reach your right arm up and then sweep it behind you. Come onto the fingertips. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, turn to look over your right shoulder. Just take a couple of breaths there in this twist. Slowly unwind, briefly over to the other side, and then switch to extend your right leg, draw your left one in, and place that foot either on the inside or the outside. Just check that your big toe is down, and then you're gonna lengthen up, lift the belly, up, long spine. Extend your right arm out, wrap it around, sweep your left arm behind, and then lengthen. And then slowly start to turn to look over your left shoulder. Engage the bottom leg, flex the toes. Start to unwind, briefly round to the other side, and then come back to the center and extend. And give the legs a little shake, lean back a little bit, and now bend the knees. Bring the big toes together. Maybe the heels are slightly apart, and then lengthen up through the sides of the body, and then slowly fold forward. So the belly could be on the thigh, the knees could be kept bent, or you might straighten through the legs. And again, just listening and trying to keep a long spine and not rounding into the back. We're coming to the close slowly of our practice today. Just breathe in and out, keeping your connection to the flow of your breath as we move through these postures, these asanas, as we feel into all the different ways that we have connection in our lives, in our body. And then slowly come all the way up, lean back, hinge there, bring the hips to about halfway, and then come all the way down. On your mat, draw your heels close in, but separate your feet about hip width apart, and take a moment here just to feel the space between your two shoulders and your two hip, and that connection down into the earth from here, feeling your feet. Now we're going to press into the feet and lift the hips up, hug the thighs towards each other, and maybe your hands stay on the mat, maybe you hold the outer edge, or you might bring your hands to just as support underneath your low back by your hips. You could stay here, or you might interlace the hands underneath you as well. Keep pressing into the feet. Shimmy the shoulder blades towards each other if you're going for the bind. Hold the thighs in, press into the feet just a little bit more, and breathe. Sometimes we're like that bridge between connection between two people, or in a relationship. Sometimes we're that bridge too, that bridge of connection. How do we show up like that in our lives? And then slowly release. Draw both knees in towards the chest and give it a little rock from side to side. And then we're going to keep hugging the left knee in and extend the right leg out now. Engage and activate through your right heel. Just hugging that left knee into the chest. Relax through your right shoulder. Another breath in here. And exhale. And we'll switch. Draw your right knee in. Extend your left leg down. Relax through your left shoulder. And now bring your left knee in as well and start to rock it from side to side. Bring it back to center, and we're going to extend our arms out and move over just a bit so you can see. And send both knees over to the left. Turn your head to the right. Inhale, come up back through to the center. Bring both knees now to the right and turn your head to the left. Inhale, back through to the center. And hug your knees in towards your nose. Lift your nose up towards your knee. Full breath in as you're hugging, like you're kind of coming into a seed. And exhale. Release the back of the head on the mat. Slide the hands right behind the thigh. And so there are two ways. We're going to rock up to sitting, or you can shift your hips and just make your way up to an easy pose, a seated pose. As we come into a very short meditation before we settle into Shavasana. So find that easy seat, feeling that connection underneath you on your base. Relax your hips down and sit up on height if you need to. And we'll begin by bringing our left hand on our chest and our right hand on top. And just relax here. And tune to the beating of your heart once again. And you're going to slowly lower your left hand down into your lap and your right hand on top. Gently bringing the tips of the thumbs together in Dhyana Mudra. Finding that connection with the thumbs, finding that connection with ourselves. Finding the connection now with the flow of your breath. And just anchor into that. I mind the time, and we'll be here just for a minute or so. How do you maintain that connection with yourself on a daily basis? That coming home to yourself, that coming home to your center, coming home to source. Stay with your breath. And slowly make your way down onto your back for Shavasana. Just allow yourself to relax completely. Lengthen legs out, separate the feet, and draw your shoulders down and away from your ears. Turn your palms to the ceiling. Just give yourself permission now to let go of the practice. Close your eyes and settle behind the fullness of your eyes. And allow yourself to be. You can stay here for as long as you wish. You can stop the video and take as long as you need. as long as you need. Or start to reach your arms above your head and lengthen, bend one knee followed by the other. Shift the hips and roll to one side. Just make your way back up to sitting. And we'll offer the benefit of this practice for all beings, including ourselves. Invitation to close with a mantra that invites peace, peace into your life, into your community, into the wider world, peace into all our lives. May there be peace with me, with you, especially at this time in the world. May there be peace for all. Call and response. Lokaha, Lokaha, Samastaha, Samastaha, Sukhino, Sukhino, Bhavantu, Bhavantu, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om, Hari Om, Tatsat. That's it. Thank you for your practice with me. Thank you. Blessed be.